Hey, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed our coverage over here today at our PlatformCon in-person live coverage. Everything we've done will be available on demand probably in a day or two, because even though we stream it live here, we do edit up the individual pieces when we put them up. And as usual, they'll be available on TechStrong.tv, TechStrong TV YouTube channel, TechStrong TV OTT app, which is iOS, Android, Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire. So do check that out. Let me introduce you to what I think is going to be our last guest of the day. His name is Rickey Zachary. Rickey, sometimes people call him Flash around here because he went from London to New York, appeared in both conferences. I think one of only 2 or 3 people who were at both.
Yes.
Have you done anything on the virtual side the rest of the week, or is that enough?
That was enough for me.
I hear
this
you.
PlatformCon, it was enough for me.
So, Rickey, welcome to TechStrong TV. It's great to have you on here.
Nice to be here.
So,
Really appreciate it.
besides globetrotting, tell us a little bit about your life journey.
Yeah, so I graduated from a school in Georgia. Oh, I graduated from school in Georgia. I'm from Atlanta, grew up there, and immediately started doing technology and engineering. So I worked at NCR doing point of sales terminal development. So working C, C++, those types of things. And then I only did that for a little bit because I had to go to Beaver Creek, Ohio. And as a Southerner, I couldn't survive that first winter.
No, that's a tough place for winter. They make good quarterbacks there, though.
Great quarterbacks. Yes, of course. I did that for the 6 months. And then I actually went over to Northrop Grumman, a defense contractor, and I worked there for a little bit over 15 years, working in a bunch of different locations on a ton of different projects. Worked on COBOL programming, kicked COBOL at the Social Security Administration. And then near the end of my career there, really got focused on platform engineering, DevOps, on kind of automation, leading those types of teams, and then providing the best value to developers and developer experience from a developer experience standpoint. Then took a little bit of a break, and then now I'm at Thoughtworks, and I've been there for about 4 years, doing a lot of different things, working with startups, working with large VC and PE firms, and now in my current role, I'm the global lead of platform engineering for Thoughtworks, and so I get to travel around globally, talking to extremely large enterprises, mid-sized companies, small companies about platform engineering. How can we advance the craft? How can we help developers get the most value out of their platforms? And then just how can we do platform engineering better?
What a great gig that is, man.
It's the best. I get to talk about what I love, what I'm passionate about with some of the biggest companies in the world.
That's great, Rickey. Good for you. Good for you. It's a lot of fun. So how long have you been doing that at Thoughtworks?
So I've been doing this this particular role. I've only been doing since November of last year. So formally since November of last year, and it's been a whirlwind. So far.
Imagine. You know, because one of the themes we've kind of hit on today. Speak to a lot of people out here, and you know, the term platform engineering may be new to them. Oh yeah, it's been around a couple of years. But I've interviewed people who've been managing platforms for 20, 25 years here today, right? Yeah. A few people. And, you know, so, you know what they say in technology, right? It's more evolutionary than revolutionary. And, you know, a lot of what we see today as best practices have evolved over the last 10, 20 more years. You know, but then you mix in fresh technology like AI and these kinds of things. So stuff is always fresh and changing, but it is based on like solid principles. Anyway, I know you spoke in London.
Yes, I did.
And here.
Yes.
So tell us what you spoke about.
So some of those foundational elements, actually. So I was on both a panel with Nikki Watts and Cornelia Davis from
Cornelia.
Yeah, Cornelia
She's
Davis.
a good friend of mine.
Yes.
I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Is she here or
No,
she was in London? Okay.
Yes. So the panel that we had was actually about what does great platform engineering look like. So we talked a lot about those foundational principles, the foundational elements, particularly beyond just the tech, right? The processes, product platform thinking, how do you organize your team so that your platform team is successful? A lot of those foundational elements are the things that we talked about, those foundational principles. And then I followed that up by doing one of the keynote talks there where I really dove into the changes that we've seen from 2018 when platform engineering really hit like the seminal moment in the kind of technology zeitgeist till now. And what are some of those, some of the things that have evolved,
Right.
some of the things that have changed, really around the technology stack, which is extremely volatile, right? Kelsey in his keynote showed that CNCF diagram where there's like 400, 500 different technologies there, which makes it really difficult to manage. But then also the other things around measurement. How do you measure the impact of the platform engineering teams? The things that they're doing, and how do you organize the team in a successful way? How do you interact with the developers, right? Because you were mentioning, the evolution of platform engineering. At the heart, it was, hey, we want to do more for the developers. It started with automation. Okay, we'll automate some of these things. We'll script things out. And then that moved over to DevOps. And now to do DevOps at scale in a consistent way to really help developers in organizations of 1,000 or 2,000 or 20,000, you have to start thinking about platforms and platform engineering as an actual practice and a set of capabilities.
Yeah.
And that's where
it's not just automation.
It's not just
that's
automation.
something I want to re-emphasize.
Yep.
A lot of people say, oh yeah, we're going to sprinkle a little AI on it. It's going to automate stuff. And we made life easy on developers.
Yep.
There's a couple of things. Number one, developers have achieved this apex predator in our food chain kind of space. And everything we do for them. Well, yes and no. Everything we do is to make our organizations better, more profitable, more efficient, more secure.
Yes, agreed.
Right? And, yes, developers are important, but they're not the only thing, number one. Number two, it really isn't about automating anything. I said I was on we do this Tech Strong Gang show every Monday to Friday. I'm going to invite you on one day. You'd love to do this. It's a bunch of pundits just talking. One of the lessons I learned in my life in technology is just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Exactly. Yes.
And so there are some things that we really don't need AI on, or that we should not automate.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There are things we should.
Yes.
And knowing when to do or not to do is really a key piece of that.
That's interesting that you said that, because yesterday, prior to the panel that we did yesterday, the question was, okay, how much are we going to talk about AI? And we instinctively said, kind of eye roll, can we not talk about it that much? Mainly because we wanted to focus on those fundamental elements, because if you get those right and you do AI afterwards, you're going to get tremendous more impact on that than if you just are throwing AI at a random problem, just AI for AI's sake. I think we were calling it strategy by FOMO. Right? Yeah. Everyone's so afraid of missing out on the AI
hype. And it sucks the air out of every conversation.
Exactly.
As a result.
Exactly.
I get it. I believe me, I get it. We started a separate site called TechStrong.ai. I figured we'd move all the AI there so that we could talk about security and DevOps and platform engineering and all the stuff we cover on our other sites. And sometimes people are just oblivious.
Yeah.
And, we can't do that. But anyway, it still seeps into everything we do.
Yep.
So now let's get this. So you did your keynote. You did your panel.
Yesterday. Today I did a panel.
You ran over to Heathrow.
Yep. Ran over to Heathrow, took the Elizabeth line over to Heathrow, took a late night flight, got here in New York at about midnight last night, this morning, got a quick nap, and then showed up today and coincidentally led the panel on how AI is changing platform engineering.
Well, some things just go like that, right, man?
It seeps into everything. So, but led that panel with three incredible panelists that were there. Vikasha from Google, the CTO of Rootly, who I'm forgetting his name.
Sylvan?
Sylvain. He's French.
He lives in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, yeah, he does. We mentioned that. We talked about that. And then Aaron Copeland from NVIDIA.
Sure.
And the three of them did a wonderful job really shepherding me through what are some of the things that we should be thinking about as AI continues to seep into platform engineering, kind of really across 3 or 4 different dimensions. And so, yeah, that was a very eye-opening panel for me as someone that's talking about platform engineering all the time and talking about AI all the time with a lot of my clients through Thoughtworks. It was a ton of extremely informative information that they were giving, and I learned a lot that I'm going to start taking back and talking to my clients about as well.
I love it. Hey, Ricky, that camera's on you.
Oh, yes.
People who are watching this live right now, they're not here. Why should they come to next year's Platform Engineering Show?
Oh, I would say if you're a platform engineer and you weren't here this year and you need to come next year because of 2 reasons in particular. One, this is really the only conference that I've seen and attended where actual platform engineers are talking to platform engineers. Any of the other conferences that are out there, it's a lot of data people talking to platform engineers and a lot of cloud people talking to platform engineers. And why that's important, this is the only area where we've got actual platform engineers talking to real platform engineers. And the second one is that it's the greatest platform engineering conference that's out there right now. So
absolutely,
really big reasons why they should be attending next year.
For people who want to follow you and what you're doing around platform engineering, what's the best thing to tell them to do?
They should follow me on LinkedIn. Just look up my name,
Rickey Zachary,
and they'll find me. I'm doing a ton of stuff on there. I'm putting out even more content about platform engineering, and subsequently, because it seeps into everything, AI and how we can kind of accelerate and mature the platform engineering practice with AI and platform.
I love it, man. Hey, thank you for all you're doing for the community.
Thank you so much for having me on the TechStrong.
You deserve a well-deserved rest, my friend.
I'm going to be trying to get some on Saturday.
All right, we'll see you then.
Yes.
I think that may wrap up our live coverage here at PlatformCon. Of course, the conversations will continue. Of course, you can also catch our platform engineering coverage on platformengineering.com. We do a great platform engineering show podcast with my friend Luca and I, and occasional webinars. Or on TechStrong TV, where we're talking about this stuff all the time. Ricky, thank you. Thank you for joining us. We're out. Take care, everyone.